I don't know if you know or anybody else knows, my dad didn't want none of us to do wrestling, like at all.
Yeah.
So that was kind of hard on, going against what my dad wishes was.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Muscle Memory. My name is Malcolm, and today on either side of the screen right now is a generational talent that'll soon be on television in just a little bit of time. It's Zilla Fatu. How are you, man?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. Blessed, man. Blessed.
Dude, it's an absolute honor to have you here, man. I mean, I love your positivity, your outlook on life. Like, you've had so much going on in your life that there's so many circumstances that you could have just found yourself defeated in, but instead you really have bounced back and found your way to start training and be a professional wrestler. So I guess my first question to you is, why do you want to be a professional wrestler?
To be honest, when I was in prison, I really didn't have it on my mind, But when I came home, and I seen that, my family was, on top of the business, I'm thinking, why not? And I don't know if you know or anybody else knows, my dad didn't want none of us to do wrestling, like at all. Yeah. So that was kind of hard on, going against what my dad wishes was.
Yeah.
But, right now, I'm like, man, why not, bro? So I got to do it. So.
For sure,
yeah.
For sure. And to ask about maybe a little bit more in your childhood, obviously you're the son of Umaga for people that don't know, but if you're clicking this, you're watching this, you understand that already. But what was it like growing up with a father that was so well known in professional wrestling?
It was cool. But at the same time, it was normal.
Yeah.
Because you had people coming up to me, oh, you Umaga's kids, oh, you're the youngest one. And they got, at first, like I said in the beginning, it was very cool, exciting, but it was normal after that. But the experience, cause I got to travel with my dad at a young age that I don't think other kids had the experience to do. And just flying with my dad and not be able to go to school and I'm on vacation with my dad, that was so cool, bro. I can't even explain the experience with that. So that was,
Did you have any matches in mind? Have you ever seen your dad wrestle in person? Did you get a chance to see that at all?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Especially when he was 3 Minute Warning, when he was Jamal.
Yeah.
I didn't really get to witness him as Umaga. The only time I got to witness him as Umaga is when the house shows was in Houston.
Okay.
Because I was going to school at the time, and my mom, she didn't want me to miss any type of school. My mom was very big on education, so.
Of course. And you've been looking into now in 2023. I saw a video recently, this morning, and I was watching you and your mom were making vision boards, and I thought that was really cool. And what was actually on your vision board? What do you want to accomplish in 2023?
Really just to finish get off parole faster.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know or anybody else knows, I am on parole right now, so that's a big thing because I heard we can get off parole faster.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm working on right now. There's a whole bunch of paperwork. It's a whole bunch of just a big process I have to go through. And, obviously I got to stay out of trouble. I have to show them that I'm involved with the community and just try to stay positive, not try to go down the bad route and just, like I said, just stay positive and just take it one day at a time, bro. So I want to say getting off parole, hopefully this year, and really just working on my body. That's very important too, especially what I'm doing right now, because wrestlers, a lot of people think it's easy and the process is easy when really it's not, because you're putting your body through so much damages. You're trying to do your best to recover from all that. So really that's my goal as far as right now this year.
Yeah. And did you know growing up that you had so many well-known family members, this cousin and that cousin, etc.? They're all these very well-known professional wrestlers and famous athletes and whatnot.
Did you say do I know?
Did you realize how famous your family was when you were growing up?
Oh yes, I've been knowing that, especially like I say, especially growing up and being in the house and seeing all the pictures and the legends on the wall. So that was an experience. But like I say, when you're seeing that every day, it's normal, bro. So I want to say, like I say, bro, it's pretty cool, bro.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And like you mentioned and talked about on your YouTube channel, like you're very open about it as well, of your time of being in prison, and like what led up to that kind of moment. Because like obviously like situations occur and whatnot. What led to like that moment of you having to go to prison, and then what's the experience like now being on the other side of it?
So what led up to me going to prison, I want to say just me not having a plan.
Yeah.
Me just being lost, bro, you know, just being a kid. And then obviously at that time, my mom or anybody that I was dealing with, we was real, we just living in poverty, you know? And when you being in poverty, there's so much things that's going on that's out of your control. And obviously, you know, when I lost my dad, I mean, I don't want to use that excuse, but it was kind of big on not just me and my whole family, but after my dad died, like we went down here from there.
Yeah.
But going in there and seeing that prison is not a joke, that a lot of people does not make it home, a lot of people die in there. I didn't want that for me, you know? And I wanted to come out here and regroup and reestablish myself into a better man, you know, and a man that my mom and my dad just grew to raise me. But the after experience, which is right now, you know, it was kind of hard. It was kind of hard for me to readjust back into society. And the reason why I say that is because you can say that I was institutionalized for a long time. So me coming home and have to deal with stuff that had nothing to do with the penitentiary rules was kind of hard, because it's a different world, you know, in there versus out here.
For sure.
But you know, obviously right now I'm doing real good. You know, I'm staying out of trouble. I'm doing whatever my parole officer tells me to do. But like I say, when I first came home, it was kind of hard because I didn't know how to, you know, readjust back in society. Mm-hmm. But right now I'm doing good. You know, I'm just taking it one day at a time, Moose, you know?
No, for sure. For sure. Like, it's definitely paying off just based off everything that you're showing on social media. And like, how did you go from, or was the transition from, okay, so you're out of prison right now, or not right now, but you're out of prison, and then you make that jump to going to Booker T's school, Reality of Wrestling. Like, how did that contact get in place for you to start going to wrestling?
Okay, so I want to say my second month when I was home, I was actually talking to Shelton Benjamin.
Okay.
And I was asking him like, hey, Oos, man, I'm really thinking about doing wrestling. And he was like, well, did you talk to your mom about it? Yeah, now I'm on an interview, huh? He was like, Oos, did you talk to your mom? And I'm like, man, nah. He was like, man, you need to get with your mom, see what's her outlook. And at that time, bro, I'm like, why I need my mom's you know, approval? But eventually, when I end up talking to her, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is what Shelton meant. But long story short, I did talk to my mom, and she was like, you know, she's up for it. She's happy for me, and she was just like, she's gonna support me through anything and everything that I go through. So just having her approval, it just made my job easier to go in there and handle business, you know. And when I went there my first day, I actually did get in on my channel. Like, I was excited. But at the end of the day, I know I had business to handle. Like, even though if I'm related to, you know, the Usos or whoever, that does not matter if I don't put the work in. So
for sure. Like, who else has like reached out to you in this time? Like, obviously Shelton Benjamin has been one name. Who else has been reaching out in a way of like encouraging or maybe advice so far, whether you're doing?
The Usos, my twins, the twins, my cousins, Solo, Charlie Haas. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah. Of course.
Those are the main ones as far as right now. But other than that, not really too many other ones.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great list of people.
Oh, and Booker, I'm tripping, bro. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, bro. Booker, bro. Yes, okay. Yes.
How'd that connection come up between you and Booker? Like, why'd you pick like Reality Wrestling as that school to go to?
Because it's in Houston. You know, I'm on parole, so I can't leave state. But most importantly, Oos, he's a really close friend to the family.
Yeah.
Before my dad was Umaga, my dad been knowing Booker since then. So that's a long time. So it was an easy choice for me to choose. Like, when I came home and I had that discussion with Booker 2 months after being home, we talked about it, and he was just like, just focus on your parole stuff first.
Yeah.
So when I got some of my parole classes done, because then when you're on parole, you have to you have to do certain classes and you have to graduate from them. And you know, I'm very happy that I did successfully completed my classes on parole. So then that's when I hit Booker up and I was like, hey, Oos, I'm ready. And he was like, man, pull up. So I pulled up. We had he wasn't there, but I talked to one of his main trainers, which was Kevin. I don't know if you know Kevin. You know Kevin?
I've heard of him before, yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to Kevin, and yeah, it was an experience. So, and then I want to say the following week, that's when Booker showed up on Thursday.
Okay.
And yeah, we talked, and he was just like, man, Oos, just handle your business, man. Handle your business. I was like, say less.
What's been like the experience so far of like actually stepping into the ring and really like taking those bumps and running the ropes? Like, what's been the transition like for you? Like, did you expect wrestling to be as difficult as it might be, or is it coming a little second nature to you because of that lineage you have?
No, I knew it was gonna be hard. Because the reason why I say that, in prison, we don't have as much freedom to move around.
Yeah.
Like, I was so used to staying in one spot for years. You know, I did 6 years, so I was stuck in one spot. So my body wasn't able to, like, you know, move. So my first couple of days, for practice, it was hard, man. It was hard to get my body to move the way I wanted to move. And like I say, it was like, damn, like, come on, move like this, move like that. But it wouldn't move. But like, I just know that if I just stay consistent, you know, I'm gonna get it down. And I can't wait till I get it down. It was like, I can't wait. But yeah, it was hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
yeah, bro.
What's been like the hardest drill so far, like you've been doing so far in wrestling right now? Like, what's been like the main thing?
So this, what I'm gonna tell you right now, is part of the basic fundamentals. But like I said, my body's still not used to it. So I want to say the tucking rolls, you know, the front flips, the back flips, and the right arm flips. Those are still hard. Like right now, even though it's still part of the basic fundamentals, it's still hard.
Yeah, no, I mean, I did wrestling training for a little bit, obviously not to the extent you're definitely doing it, but yeah, that was definitely one of the hardest things there. Like, I mean, the ring is not forgiving, and then just having to.
And then we're big,
Oos. Yeah,
we're big, Oos. You know,
right?
It's obviously it's gonna be easier for somebody that's smaller or whatever. But I'm 250, you know, and I don't know how big you are, but I know it's kind of difficult for us to do it.
It's hard.
Yeah.
But what's like an in-ring style that you are looking to like one day adopt? Like, what's like the kind of who in a wrestler do you want to be? If that's like a good question to ask you. Right, I know it's kind of early into your career.
Right, say that again.
What's like the wrestler that you want to be when you eventually have that debut and, you know, going on to do whatever you do in wrestling?
Like who do I see myself as? Or
yeah, basically, yeah.
I'm gonna say John Cena.
Okay. Did not expect that kind of
John
answer.
Cena.
Why do you say John Cena?
Huh?
Why do you say John Cena?
Because I can see like his attributes and the way he moves in the ring.
Yeah.
Like and the reason why I say that right now is because when I'm at school, like they tell me like, bro, you move like John Cena. I'm like, what? I'm like, out of all the people, they would say that. But when I went to go watch him, like I've been studying him lately.
Yeah. And
I'm like, okay, now I can see why they say that. Because me and him, it's like, well, I can see myself. I'm not gonna do too much flying, you know, jumping off the rope. I mean, the only thing I am going to do is, you know, the Samoan splash off the ropes. That's understood. But other than that, I'm just gonna try and keep everything down on the mat.
Sure.
Just go from there, Oos. So yeah, I want to say him. He's one of the main ones.
Do you keep up with the product nowadays? Like, are you watching Raw and SmackDown and AEW every week?
Not every week, but whenever I get the chance to, I do watch it. Just the highlights. So I don't really watch the live like that because, you know, I'm also practicing. Then on Mondays, when it does come on, I'm at school training, so it's kind of hard for me to catch that, you know.
For sure. And like, who are your favorite performers right now to watch?
I ain't gonna lie, my cousin Zeus.
Oh, of course. I mean, that's a fine answer.
Joseph, obviously, Solo, obviously him. He's like one of the main ones that I do watch.
Yeah.
And I do talk to him on a daily. And him and Shelton Oos. And the reason why I say that with him is because 20 years, bro. 20 years in the game. A lot of wrestlers cannot say they've been in the business for 20 years. And he's been taking care of himself. He was here last week? And I was training with him. So that was an experience too, bro.
Anything you picked up from him, like advice or anything that he brought to the table?
Hell, I ain't mean to cuss, but heck yeah, Oos. He taught it's be the little things that us wrestlers won't see versus a legend, versus somebody that's been in the business for 20 plus years. And one of the things that I can share with y'all is safety. You don't want to go in there. I mean, obviously it's entertainment, but you don't want to go in there and off rip hurt the other person. Like, this is a teamwork. Like, we have to make each other look good. This is a dance. And that was one of the things he was saying. Like, when you dance with somebody, like, you have that one movement. Mm-hmm. And that's what he was telling, not just me, but everybody that was there while we was training. So that was one of the main things, like, be aware of the other person's body, be aware of the other person's movements, and also, just more importantly, be aware of your movements, because you don't want to hurt the next person. That makes people don't want to rescue you. That makes a lot of bad things can happen after that. So
for sure, man, for sure. And like, as we get closer to wrapping this up, I have like one bigger question I kind of want to ask you, and I try to ask everyone as well. Who is Zilla Fatu?
I am a young man trying to find myself in this world, Oos. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to add nothing extra to that, because I just don't want to do wrestling, Oos. I'm not gonna lie. I want to do everything. Like, one day I want to wake up, do this, and I actually want to do it. And I know it's possible because, like I said, I see other people doing it. One of the big people that I do look up to is like people like Jake Paul. Because where my love is at. Don't get me wrong, I still have love for wrestling and all that, but my love is YouTube. YouTube is because YouTube really doesn't have a certain niche that you can focus on. You could really just post anything, as long as you have a loyal fan base. And right now, Oos, like, I really don't see myself just being a wrestler. Like, I have so much other stuff that I can do that I'm also good at, and there's also a bunch of other stuff that I want to learn. Like, I'm real big on experiences, and that's what I'm focused on. So
for sure, man. And I guess my last question for you, in like a year's time from now, where do you see yourself as far as wrestling and is maybe just progressing just in life in general?
So from a year from now, as wrestling, I should be the heavyweight champion over there at Booker T School. I should have the belt over there in a year.
I like that.
And and then be way better than I am right now. Because, obviously right now I'm still progressing. And what was your other question?
Like, where do you see yourself, like, just your life in general a year from now?
And
like, outside of your wrestling?
Outside of wrestling, it should just be peaceful. That's one thing that I'm also focused on. I mean, that's one thing I pray for, is just pray for peace and balance.
Sure.
And from a year from now, matter of fact, from a year from now, me and my family and my mom, we should have some of the goals that we have down already crossed off. So as long as we're, staying consistent and we're crossing off our goals for this year, I'm happy with that. I'm comfortable with that. We don't have to scratch all the goals off in 1 year, but as long as we getting something done, that's all that matters. And that's what I try to preach to my family and my team. So, I'm just stay consistent, be positive every day, bro.
Yeah, man, it's definitely working. Everything put on social media, from the outpour I've seen of people that are supporting you, that are learning about you, everyone seems to have the same consensus of like, man, this guy, he's been through a lot, but he has a very, very positive outlook on life. And it's infectious, dude. Like, you're going to help a lot of people, you're going to help yourself, and you're just going to keep bringing that positive vibe to you. So whatever you're doing, keep it up. Like, it's definitely working. It's definitely working.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. But yeah, like I say, especially for the ones that's on parole or probation, I try to set that example for them too, because I understand that when coming home, it's hard. It's hard for us to readjust to the rules that we're not used to. Because like I say, in prison, it's a whole nother world versus out here. So I just want to set the example for them and let them know that that you can do it. If I can do it, they can do it. And that's one thing I try to, like, instead of me preaching, just start doing it. Like, start, you know, making my actions speak for itself. And that's what I'm doing right now. Like I said, I finished my classes. I got off high supervision, so now I'm on the lowest supervision to where I barely see them now. So now they're starting giving me freedom to, you know, just have fun and work on my goals and just experience life. And it's possible. Like I said, if I can do it, they can do it. But I know that it's hard. Like, I know it's hard to coming home after so many years and try to do this, you know, so.
Yeah, for sure, man. And like, you're definitely setting that example. And where can people find you on social media as we wrap this up?
Under everything, like Instagram, YouTube and all that, it's under one name, y'all. So it's under Zilla Fatu. So make sure y'all go tap in.
There we go, guys. This is Zilla Fatu. Dude, thank you so much for coming on the channel. I really appreciate it. Like,
no, thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you don't gotta do all that, but man, I appreciate you coming on. It's definitely an honor to have you, especially just giving your lineage and everything you're gonna be doing in the future. It's definitely a cool time, because I've interviewed a lot of your family before, so it's always great to have another member come on the channel and talk about.
Oh yeah, I seen
wrestling.
Matter of fact, I did watch you and Jacob.
Yeah. I talked to Jacob.
And I'm waiting, man. I'm waiting until they sign Jacob. I can't wait for them to sign Jacob, man.
That's you, me, and like the whole entirety of Twitter. Everyone wants Jacob to go over there. Like, it's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, so if y'all watching this, man, make sure y'all push Jacob, man, and repost all his stuff, because Oos deserves it. Oos deserves it, man.
For sure. But guys, thank you guys for watching this video. If you really enjoyed it, if you want to follow Zilla, we have all his stuff down below if you want to follow him. And make sure to like, comment, share, and always subscribe. And we're out.
We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze.